Tampa Bay Buccaneers have announced running back Doug Martin has been suspended 4 games for violating the NFL's drug policy. Martin was excused from the team's practice on Wednesday. You may remember he was a surprising inactive this last weekend for the Buccaneers, and now we have further clarification why. He released a statement about the suspension, saying, "I was notified last week of a 4-game suspension for violating the league's drug policy." He continues to say, "I'm starting the suspension immediately so I can enter a treatment facility and receive the help I truly need." Martin apologized to the team's owners and the fan base. Like I said, he was a healthy scratch in last week's loss to the Saints, and many were wondering why. I know he's averaging less than 3 yards per carry this season, but it seems strange. Now we have the full scope of the picture. Scotty, how big of a deal is this for the Tampa Bay Bucs and Doug Martin?
This is a big deal in a lot of regards. Do they bring him back? Remember, he signed a huge deal after having the second best season of a running back in rushing yards behind Adrian Peterson last year. Remember, it was a contract year. Remember, when he came into into his career, we didn't know if he was going to be a feature back, and then he comes in and he has an incredible first year. Then he subsides, and then he comes back and has an incredible year again. There's a lot of evidence to say, wow, this guy really turns it on at the times that best service him. Keep in mind, because of this 4-game suspension, if they choose to cut him the $15 million of guaranteed money, not so much guaranteed, they can void up to $7 million if, in fact, they cut him between now and the end of the NFL season-ending mark. Supposedly, by reports by Ian Rappaport and Adam Schefter, this is a issue with Adderall, but then they're alluding to more personal issues. Adderall, obviously a focus medication, but that could obviously bleed into other medicines that we do not know if and what he would be taking. This is alarming on a number of fronts. They lose to the Saints last week. You could suggest the absence of Doug Martin had something to do with that. They win that game, they controlled their own destiny. Now they need Washington, Green Bay to lose, and for them to win and beat their foes in the division in the Carolina Panthers, which you would suspect that Doug Martin would be very helpful there. So there's the commending of Cutter and the executive branch to say, good for you guys to sacrifice wins and losses, because truly they were on the inner circle of making the playoffs, and he's their 4th highest paid player, and he's certainly an integral performer. So I think we're going to get more evidence on this, but in the meantime, clearly this has affected Tampa's chances to make the playoffs.
Doug Martin suspended 4 games by the NFL for violating the league's drug policy. If you want more NFL topics to digest, please search the NFL on your 120 app and find those conversations on demand.